There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, live.
Wow, ayan na, may mga early. Oh, ayan. Matt Reyes, hi, guys.
Hello.
Ay,
Ang
hi to
tahimik.
Red. Hi to Red Medina, Alter Baby, Alan Evino, Jose Rafael Santiago Sanchez, Althea Iranta, hello.
Uy, bago yan si Althea. Ayan,
Oo.
tama nga, first time daw.
Yeah,
Bago
I'm a first time
yung name,
Walwalers. Hello.
Nice to see you.
Uy, si Chris Velasco, ayan, si Christian Velasco, lagi yung nanonood ng Shopee Live ko.
Oh, hello.
Supportive
Ito lang
yun.
yun. I-share ko lang yung link.
Mm-mm. Hi, Carvin. Hi, Alan Nevino. Hi, Daniela.
Hi, Samuel. And Jesseline.
Uy, bago yan si Althea.
Paano mag-share?
May narinig
Doc
ako
G,
echo, Doc G.
Doc G, ano naman yan?
Doc
Pakimute.
O sige, hindi ko nga ma-share. O ano.
Lagi na lang may technical difficulties.
Kaya nga.
Kaya lang, hi muna kay Carvin Jorge, kay Samuel Michaels, kay Jesselyn Almazar Kakatyan, hi. Kevin Cruz,
yes.
hi. Guys, from your side, hi tayo.
Hello. Hello from our side.
Hello from the other side.
From Yek, Yek Biglang Awa, hi.
Uy, nahanap nila si Mara. Nasaan si Mara?
Wala na si Mara.
Sila na ata ni Les.
Ay.
I
Uy,
think.
may shoutout pala ako kay Mar Agustin. Nagpapa-shoutout
Hello.
Ano natin, regular Walwaler din.
Hello kay Benigno Saint and hello to Joen Jacob Ramas. Hi. Tapos partner, kinilig daw si Jesseline nang binanggit mo yung name niya. Woo! I'm so kilig.
Sabihin mo nga, Sir Renz, are you lost, Jesseline? Dali.
Are you lost, Jesseline?
Yun. Ginawa nga niya.
Pinanindigan. Marupok.
So,
Let's
ano lang
start.
po, we're just yeah. Sige.
Let's do this.
Trending
Wala,
every
hindi.
month yung Zoom Choco. Grabe, oo nga.
Okay.
Nag-trend na naman ngayon, ha?
Alam naman natin.
Uy!
Hey, guys!
Hi, everyone.
Hi! Ayun, meron po kaming thank you, Jason. 2 of my fave podcasts. Yes, we're actually having
Yes, we're doing this.
We're doing this with a guest.
Yes.
And nga pala, before I forget, thanks to Welch for my drink tonight.
Well, ako naman thanks to Starbucks.
Bayo lang ako thank you.
At may paring light na po ako. So,
I have a donut. Thanks to Dunkin' Donuts.
yes. Ayan.
Plug.
Baka naman. And hi to Jenny Mangali. Sino pa ba? Yes po, Jemena, makalat po kami ngayon pa lang. Pero,
Mas
yes,
kakalat
Red.
pa yun later, yes.
Hindi na 4 seasons kasi grabe na sila. Nakailang run na. Hindi pa rin nila nakukuha yung message.
Sa 4th season na lang ng Walwal Sesh, saka ka mag 4
4
seasons.
seasons.
Naira.
4 seasons ni Gia season.
Yes, Dave. Hello, Dave. Yes, we're sponsored. Charot.
Yes, Dave.
Practice lang.
Tapos hi to Altala. Weekend vision na daw niya yung Walwal Sesh.
So
thank you. Sige, just pasok lang, guys. Pasok lang. Tapos please comment your questions para po meron tayong mapag-usapan.
Especially yung questions sa mga guests natin tonight.
Or kung may challenge kayo for Doc G, ayun, i-comment nyo lang dyan.
Hoy, wala sa script yan. Grabe.
Tingnan mo din sa instructions.
Kasi diba last time, gumagawa ka ng sarili mong mga desisyon.
Wala.
Kami yung gagawa ng desisyon.
Isang kahol. Isang
Aso?
kahol naman. Aso? Challenge? O sige. Gago kayo wala. Ay, sorry.
Yan na, lumalabas na.
Uy,
Wala-
bisita
wala-
tayo ngayon.
Uy, umayos kayo kasi
Simulan
nakakahiya
natin.
sa
Let's do
guest
this.
natin. Okay? So to all our viewers,
Ang formal bigla.
Ano ba?
Oy, bakit?
Ayan.
Bakit ka pinag-
Ayan na,
Alam
ayan
mo,
yung mga challenge.
Ay, gusto ko itong topic na to.
Oo, may mga challenge,
Yes.
no?
Sabi nga ni Samuel, press 1 if you like Doc G to make kwenta about her wildest experience.
everyday wild.
Wow, tas uminom.
Sige pa, bring it on, bring it on.
Kakasimula pa lang.
Ayan na.
Ay,
Ayan na.
ay, alam mo, tinan mo. May plema po kami, ayaw lang
Kevin,
namin
ang hirap
i-out.
naman ng challenge mo, Kevin. Walang
Mm.
plema
Press
challenge.
two.
Hindi yan
Part
kaya.
of challenge.
Sige. Sige. Sige.
Ma-sponsoran lang, gagawin lahat.
Hindi to, lasing ka na.
Wait lang.
Ang daming one.
Oy, guys. Tigil niya
Mahal ko mga walwalers.
Mag-question kayo. Yes,
Ay,
Alan. Mataas ang
Hoy, nag-intro na ba tayo?
Dita. So, welcome to Walwal Sesh, the live cast. Ang live cast ng mga sawi. So, this is Doc G. This is
Sir
Renz. And this is Vino.
Sino? Sige, agawan mo kami ng part, gagawin mo talaga yung mga challenge na yan.
O sige, gano'n lang. Bahala sa show ngayon.
So, guys, welcome to the Doc G Show.
Boys.
Wherein gagawin niya lahat ng challenges
Talaga.
na ibibigay nyo.
So, guys, we have a special guest tonight. So, kapamilya po namin sila sa... Ba't tawa ka ng tawa, Vino?
Eh, si Daniela kasi. So, bawal po yan. May MTRCB tayo.
Ay, wait lang. Yung questions inyo, ha?
Wait lang, abangan niyo muna yung mga mangyayari tonight, di ba?
May guest tayo, guys. Ano
May
ba?
guest tayo. Matino tayo ngayon, guys. May guest
Oo.
tayo. Normal.
Ano yung babaeng
human.
marikit challenge? Ano yun?
Sa
Yung
TikTok
dance.
yun eh. Oo.
Mm-mm. Gusto ko. Alam ni Vin.
Okay,
One for Vino.
So,
Simulan natin to.
anyway,
Dami.
may guest tayo tonight and meron silang podcast. Again, na-mention ko kanina, kapamilya natin sila sa Podcast Network Asia and their podcast is The Halo Halo Show. So with us, mag-questions lang kayo sa kung anong question natin. But we're having JC and Rika of
From
Halo,
the Halo
Halo
Show.
Show.
Sabog intro natin talaga sa kanila.
Sorry, guys.
Welcome, guys!
Yun na yung best intro namin.
Welcome,
Sorry.
JC. Welcome, Rika.
Hello! Parang
Ang fresh naman.
ang huli ng mga fans nyo, listeners nyo.
Fresh naman ni
Napaka-fresh
Rika
naman.
tsaka ni JC.
Alis na pala kami.
Nakakaya.
Thank you.
Sige,
Paano
take it
kaya
away.
pala bahala
Halo,
dito?
halo show. Sige, JC, nakamute ka daw sabi ni
Kaya pala nakamute.
direct.
Nag-hello ako. Kanina pa, hello. Hello,
So-
thank you for having us.
So,
Hi.
welcome, JC. Welcome, Rika. Hi. So, kumusta? And please tell us about your show. Formal.
Format.
Well, Hello Hello Show is a podcast we started 2 years ago. And it's literally about whatever, anything.
Halo-halo
Um,
style. Halo-halo style.
Halo.
Yeah, hello, hello. Mostly about trending topics that we see online.
Yeah, the
So,
trending topics we... Sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, JC, kasi madali
Oh, no.
talaga.
We have a name for our trending topics. Our fans, they're called leche fans. We call
Leche
it
Mga
fans.
leche fans.
Leche
Yeah,
fans.
mga leche. Mga leche fans. The trending topics or the TTs is what we call them. The trending topics, TTs.
Ay, gusto ni Doc T
Wow.
yan. Mga chickies.
Mga trending topics. What else, Rika? What else do we talk about, Rika?
we talk about our lives. Or it's called Where You Been. Again,
Ooh.
play from the Halo Halo. And then after that, we have
Okay.
it's
So,
like a free flowing thing. So chikahan.
so may,
Just like
may
you.
question.
Gusto ko yung
Yeah,
burning
may-
question dito. Yung from
Oh, go,
Carly.
Vino.
Ayun.
Turn
So,
agad, yes.
feeling ko questions to for Rika and JC. So sabi,
Yes.
hashtag burning question, kung magiging sahog kayo ng halo-halo, ano at bakit?
Hindi ko natanong na sa atin to JC.
Oh, dati
Ano-
pa eh. Nakalimutan ko yung
dati
sagot
pa.
ko eh.
Ngayon, ano yung sasagot niyo ngayon?
Oh, man.
Sige, turn tayo ha. Si
Oh,
JC.
ikaw, Rika muna. Si Rika muna.
Probably evap milk. Ano?
Siya yung
Sahog
milk.
mo yun? Sahog yun, di ba?
Yeah, so good, yeah.
Yung evap milk. Kasi unang-una favorite ko yun. Tapos mahilig akong sumiksik sa mga, sa mga ice.
Sa mga sulok.
Ang ganda nung ang ganda kaya tingnan nun sa halo-halo pag pinopour na nila yung evap.
Oo, yung bumababa.
Yung mga ice.
Mm.
Yun.
Okay. Ikaw, ano yung ingredient mo sa halo-halo?
Siguro yung ice cream. Because I don't know, favorite ko lang. I love ice cream. I don't really know how to answer that question.
Pero masarap ang ice cream. Mamaya pag-usapan natin yung favorite flavors natin. Ha?
Oh,
Max.
gee.
May singit.
Panic lang. Ito naman,
Okay.
ganito kami guys sa Walwala. Sobrang walwalan kasi kami. So, papasensyahan nyo na
Kung
kami.
kayo, halo-halong topics, kami naman, usapang like, walwal talaga. Mga sobrang sabog.
Nice.
Itong barkada lang.
Mm-mm.
So, how about you, Vino? Sino ka sa... sige.
Sino?
Sino ka?
Ano ka?
So, from Aaron Geronimo, sabi ni Aaron, leche fan here. Si Rika, fresh as always. Nawala. Pero paano
nyo po nasabi kay JC? Grabe, inaaway si JC. Sino ba?
JC kasi known for, taking,
Showers.
Showers once or
Once
twice
a week.
Oh.
Once or twice. Bigay ko na sa'yo
Okay lang
yung
yun.
JC.
Si Doc GD naman.
Oh,
Branding ko yun eh. Yung parang smelly college kid. That's the branding that I go for.
So, pag tag-ulan, kumusta?
dun
Once
sa
a
range
Babawasan
already.
ba yun?
Okay naman, okay. Especially now, lalo na quarantine. Sometimes it's a few days in between. Nakakatamad eh. Sometimes it's like, why do I have to shower?
Alam mo
Why
yung
do I have to
minsan,
shower?
minsan concerned ako kay JC kasi kunwari, we going to my car or like merong jacket na just lying around. I'm gonna be like, does it smell? Mabaho ba? Sabi niya, better than my place. Not a good time.
Okay.
Pero, nakikita namin yung chemistry nyo eh. So, I think, it's,
Alam
that's,
naman wala. It's halo-halo.
and so, since lahat naman ng guests namin dito, may mga tinatanong kami, so we're gonna ask you one common question that we always ask our guests here sa Walwal Sesh live. So, ready na ba kayo, Rika, JC? Yes, parang game show.
Gee, game na!
Okay,
First
first
question.
question. What is love?
Bigat ah.
Oo. Parang,
Follow up.
Okay.
Mamaya na yung follow-up. Ito naman sa Sagutin mo muna. Ito.
JC ko muna. Kasi I answered kanina first.
What is love? What is love?
Yes, what is
Is love.
And are you in love?
Not right now.
With a
Not right
person?
now. Yeah,
Can we-
no, not right with the person right now. Not in love with the person right now. Hirap naman. That's the first question. Is it ascending yung mga question? Like, is it get harder and harder?
Yeah.
What is love?
Kinda.
What is life?
Just
Parang levels.
just
Parang
like let it
levels
flow.
yan eh.
Oh
What
man.
is love?
Love to me is oh my goodness. Hirap. I feel like love is something that you can't it's ever changing, it's dynamic. So your definition of love, it whatever you can feel it in the moment, but that doesn't mean in the future ganun din yung definition ng love mo like 3 years from now, 4 years from now. I think that's why love and relationships don't really work out a lot of the time, because at the time you have that feeling. So it's a feeling that you can describe and only you can understand. And then once that feeling goes away, it's your definition of love is different, and that's why sometimes love ends. I don't know. That's just how I see it. If that makes sense. Does that make sense or not? Not really.
Bigat.
I think it does.
Yeah, it did make sense.
It did.
Okay, great,
Yeah.
great.
Gusto ko yun
Na-pressure
yung
naman
parang it changes.
Yeah,
Dynamic.
I think it's dynamic. Yeah, always.
And so, Walwalers, pag natapos na yung love, alam niyo na yung sagot. It changes.
Yes.
And then it ends.
That's true. That's true.
Ayan. So, Riga,
Probably for me, love is not just for one person or for one thing. Like it can be, for a lot of things in your life. I can love my dog and I can love my job. Kahit na let's say wala akong relationship and I don't love a person, I'm still filled with love. So for me, that's love.
Gusto ko yun.
So,
I'm still filled with
Gusto ko
love.
yan. Filled with love. At saka, it doesn't have to be in a relationship. So, ano siya? Multi-dimension. But, on the other hand, multi-dimension, may masabi lang. On the other hand, what was your greatest heartbreak?
bagong tanong yan. Ano wala yan sa usual?
May next ako
Bago yun.
itatanong dyan. May next ako
Oo.
itatanong. Mm-mm.
Parang mabagal yung
Greatest
internet ko, hindi ko kayo maintindihan. So,
Hindi! Mabilis yan! Mabilis yan!
Ito sa Walwal Sesh, nagsasapam lang kami.
Greatest
Greatest
heartbreak.
heartbreak.
Oh,
Si Rika
man.
naman mauna this time.
Yes, I like that. I like that idea. Rika, ikaw na lang muna.
Does it need to be what do you call this? Like relationships?
Yeah.
Not?
Yeah, it doesn't have.
Ikaw bahala.
Basta yung
Sabi
pinaka-nawasak
naman, di
ka.
ba, love naman can be different things eh. So,
Yeah.
it be heartbreak from
Oh my God.
Ano yan, sir?
Naiyak na siya.
Basta Rika, ano to ha? Sa atin lang to.
Oo, sa atin lang
Wala,
to. Sa atin
wala,
lang lang.
wala.
Sa atin lang, sa Facebook lang, sa Facebook, sa YouTube lang yan.
Walang viewers to. Walang viewers.
Walang viewers. Walang viewers. Tayo lang.
Okay. It's probably it's gonna get a little serious, but it's probably when I okay. I mean, hirap niyang i-verbalize. There were a lot of things that made me, disappointed. Before. Siguro, alam ko na. Ito na. I found my answer. Thank you for that.
Okay.
It's probably
Safe space.
when somebody told me na, obviously because we broke up, but they told me na wala na naman tayong babalikan. And I'm like, okay, that's how I kind of
God.
reality check, being in relationships, it's not always sunshine and butterflies. So, yeah. After nun, parang medyo I grew up.
Ang bigat na na. Ba't ba natin tinanong?
Wala na tayong babalikan.
Yeah.
Aray
Diba?
ko.
How
Ang
cruel.
preno.
Talagang
Ang preno. Nag-stop cam na din na. Bye.
How about
JT naman.
what is your
Whenever I think about at least heartbreaks when it comes to relationships, lagi bumabalik sa isang this one girl na actually ironically I was the one who broke up with her. This was a few years before I moved, about a year or two before I moved here to the Philippines. So by 2013 yata to. I guess it was one of the greatest heartbreaks because I felt it felt so wrong because she was really nice, as in there was nothing wrong with the relationship, and it was just I just wasn't ready for that. So it felt like when I broke up with her, I was doing something really evil, something really cruel, and it it really, even though I wanted to end it, it was so difficult because it felt wrong. Parang mali yung ginagawa ko. So that was really one of the that was for me. I always say that whenever people ask me if I ever had a bad breakup, I always note that one, even though it wasn't something wild like fighting or anything. It was just a sad, heartbreaking ending.
So, hindi na kayo, you're not in speaking terms now.
A-
Kumbaga
actually,
parang,
Ironically as well, that's the only ex-girlfriend that I have. We follow each other on Instagram and sometimes we'll message, but it's platonic, but it's the only one. So it worked out in the end. So it's very, very cinematic, very before sunset.
Because just to let you guys know, kami ni JC, we're on the same page when it comes to our exes. Na we don't really, we're not really friends with our exes. Not
Yeah,
it's just
oh
that
yeah.
it's
lang
over.
namin, yeah.
Mhm.
Si Sir Renz.
No.
Sir
Ano
Renz
yun,
ba?
yes?
Bakit?
No? Ano yun?
Kayo
Ano
din,
yun?
sir.
Sir Renz.
Then,
Bye, guys.
Uh,
Ano mo naman yung video, guys?
Ano ba? Huwag sa akin.
ako naman may
Pero,
Okay,
question.
follow up na.
sige,
Follow up
go. Go, Bino.
In relation to that, so what's the stupid... Ano yung pinakatangang ginawa niyo
Ayan na
para
naman
sa
tayo.
Para sa love?
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Yung
Luis,
sobrang
oh my
pag
gosh.
naiisip mo, parang,
Like, pinaka-crazy,
Wow.
pinakatanga, pinaka-stupid.
Oh my God, I don't, ang dami. Because,
Ang dami talaga.
sobrang dami. Because
Actually, di ba sabi mo the questions were supposed to get harder? That's the easiest question so far.
Ay,
I can think of so much stuff.
sige,
Ano
sige.
yung number one?
Pinaka-top one, na parang pag naiisip nyo, parang, shit, ginawa ko to. Parang ganon.
Ako.
Yeah. Nakwento na to kay Rika before eh. This was during the dying, like the last 2 or 3 months when there's that, sometimes you have that phase na parang alam mo na it's over but you're still in the relationship and you're like, why are we still doing this, but you're still kind of in it, and you don't know why it's not why you're not breaking up but you're still doing it. And I tried this.
wala na po.
Hard relate. Do you know hard relate?
Si Doc G lang, si Doc G lang.
Doug G.
Gee,
So anyway, I don't know if anyone else has experienced this, but sometimes it comes to the point now you're trying to keep it together by either maybe buying things, buying gifts, or just I don't know, just to try to keep it together. And I remember this one girl, I bought her a 1 year, kasi nasa California ako. I bought her a 1 year Disneyland premium pass, as in the annual pass. And then we broke up maybe
Saya-saya.
we broke up a month later, and yung masama dun, kasi I was a college kid, so I didn't have that much money. So I was paying yung monthly. So for 11 months, I was paying, kasi 1 month kami magkasama. So for 11 months, binabayaran ko yung Disneyland pass. And the worst part was eventually I saw on Facebook that she took her new boyfriend there, and I'm sure gamit nga yung Disneyland.
Oh my God!
Nagkita for you.
Oh man. Yeah, it was pretty pricey. A pricey mistake. I remember that always stands out in my mind.
Not to blame you, pero parang bakit di mo nalang kunwari tinransfer sa account niya na? Ikaw na magbayad.
Hindi pwede.
Hindi mo pwede yun. Or hindi mo
Hindi pwede,
binawi.
Or itigil mo yung pagbabayad. Bawal ba yun?
Oo nga, di ba?
I don't know, but I think it was in the contract. Maybe.
How about
Oh my
you,
God.
Rika? How
Sobrang
about you,
dami.
Rika?
From listening to, an entire album, to buying a skateboard, to, oh my gosh, ang dami. But the number, the number one
The number.
na ginawa ko was, okay, so we were supposed to go on a trip with me and my friends plus my significant other. And then we broke up. But they still went on the trip, but I planned everything. So I booked the hotel for them. I bought their tickets. I scheduled every activity that they had in that area. And I wasn't on the trip. They were on the trip with my ex. And my
No.
so
Ang gastos
And,
nyo naman
yeah.
magmahal.
but still, ako yung gumawa lahat nun. And then, so I booked a hotel for them. I bought the hotel. I did everything. I don't know why. Maybe because I wanted to show my SO that, this is what you're losing or whatever. But wala. Hindi naman yun. Yeah, yun.
Sabagay.
Yun. Tapos, they had the audacity to say that, oh, we changed hotels kasi hindi masyadong maganda yung hotel na binook mo. And I'm like, excuse me!
Ay, wow.
Tama ko. But yun lang.
Ay,
Yun.
wow.
Natuto na ako after that. Kakaloka, diba?
Ay.
May pa-hotel, may pa-Disneyland tayo ngayon.
Oo,
Grabe, hindi ko
Alis na ako.
Grabe. May pa-Disneyland si JC.
Ay, si
Kasi
Sir.
pa-hotel si Rika.
May alam
May
ako
pa-trip
kay
si Rika.
May pa-itinerary. Ganun. Lahat.
So, meron tayong burning question dito from Juan Pablo. Burning question, what is your biggest what if? Kaya pinag-usapan natin to guys, di ba? Yung mga biggest what ifs natin. Tanungin natin si JC and Rika. What is your biggest what if?
tahimik bigla.
Oo nga eh. Wala pa nga background music.
Pili ko nagsisisi na sila. Ba't ba tayo sumali dito sa show na to?
Nagpi-feedback nga eh. Wait, feedback.
What?
Pili ko sa'yo na naman yan.
Hoy.
This is
Hindi sa akin.
nice.
May nabasa akong comment kanina, sabi sa ano daw, sa halo-halo show, ang chill lang daw ng questions, tapos dito daw, ang bibigat.
Bigat eh. Yung mga tanong sa amin doon, ano yung mga tanong sa amin doon, Rika? What are you watching on Netflix?
Oo.
What did you eat for lunch?
Kung yung
mabalik
munchkin
sa-
ba nasa gitna nung donut o hindi. Pinag-awayan namin kung yung munchkin ba nasa gitna talaga ng donut o ginagawa siya mag-isa.
Uy, ano? Di ba alam ko galing sa gitna, di ba?
Pinapunch ata.
I mean, that's how, they found a way to like make use of it. I don't know. I feel like
Talagang sinagot mo.
Balik tayo. Hila.
Okay, balik tayo.
Okay. What if?
Kasi almost, sige, ako na lang muna. Kasi almost all of my relationships, they happened during college. And I went to UPLB. So, I love my life there. But, minsan naisip ko parang, ang cute sana kung, what if I stayed there for, for work and for the rest of my life, probably. Because it's such a nice place there. And obviously, because my significant other was there. But yeah, yun lang.
Di ba, Bino, UPLB ka?
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, really?
Alam mo,
Oh my
parang
gosh.
notorious ka doon, Bino.
Wow!
Ay, totoo?
Grabe.
Anong batch mo?
2012.
Oh
Batch
my
12.
God. Oh, may sabihin, nag-abot tayo.
Oh, yes. Naabot na kita si Jax. Nagkwentuhan talaga kami dito, no?
ano ang revelation ng magagawa ng dalawa?
Kaya sabi ko
Hi.
Sorry na.
Kaya partner.
JC, tawag ka na.
Kaya pala parang familiar si Vino. Hindi, joke. Big campus. I don't know everybody
Hindi
there.
ako yun.
Oh my God.
So, JC.
Biggest what if? Biggest what if? The Leche fans know this, but just in case, for you guys, kasi hindi ako lumaki sa Pilipinas. I grew up actually abroad. it was only in 2015 na pumunta ako dito to live here. It was my first time to live here since 2015. But I always wanted to come out here and try to find work, try to find a cool job. But I had to put it off because after college, diretso na ako sa workforce. So I was always thinking, what if I came out here, when I was younger, maybe in my early 20s versus mid 20s. I always think, what if my life? I mean, what would my life be? Would I be somewhere else? Sometimes I think about that, but at the same time, I'm really happy with how my life has turned out. So I don't.
You would take
I
a
don't
lot
really
of showers.
Yeah, probably.
Shower
probably.
talaga.
Totoo
Shower
yun.
talaga.
That's such
Totoo
an
yun.
American thing for you to be like, I'm just gonna take a shower once or twice a week.
Yeah. Don't even get me started about bidets, man. Late ako dumating sa bidet party eh. High school na yata before the bidets were like, oh man, why was I not using a bidet?
For shower?
No, just in general. In general.
Yung ginagawa mo sa bidet.
Pero,
Ano daw?
Ano?
kanina ba? May concern. Anyway.
May burning question yung galing kay Carvin. Sabi niya, ano yung pwede mong sabihin during or habang kumakain ka ng halo-halo and while having sex?
Oh.
Hindi mo pwede sabihin.
Pwede mong sabihin on both.
Ay, pwede
While
mo.
eating halo-halo and having sex.
Sarap.
Di ba? Pwede.
Yeah, pwede.
Hindi ko ngayon yung parang pinaka-common na phrase kapag you're having sex.
Sa halo-halo.
Diba?
Iikot mo pa, pwede. Iikot mo pa.
Pwede isa pa. Diba?
Kasi nahalo, di ba? Halo.
Ikot mo halo-halo, di ba? Or
Oh, true. Iikot mo pa.
Doc G, sasagot ka din.
Alam ko kung ano pa.
Ay,
May isa pa ako.
Ano yan?
Sige.
Parang iba yung lasa neto. Diba? Parang may ibang lasa.
Parang may maalat.
Maalat. Asukal ba yung nilagay?
Doc G, ikaw, ang sagot mo?
What?
Ang sagot mo?
What?
Yun na?
Oh, sabi ko, what?
Yun na yun?
What na?
Halo-halo, what?
Halo-halo, what?
O sige, sagutin nyo.
Ikaw,
Sige,
Gino.
sagutin nyo.
Ikaw muna, Sir Renz.
Ano ba? Deeper.
Deeper.
Di ba yung... Deeper.
Paano naman?
Diba? Parang di ma...
Wait, paano so in what context mo sasabihin deeper while eating hala? I mean, what's the scenario that you would say
Kasi,
that?
di ba nasa gas yung halo-halo?
Nasa
yung like sahog. So you have to dig deeper para
Right.
Diba?
But why would you say when would you say it though? While you're preparing it for someone?
Minsan kasi kunwari may
get
foreigner na kumakain ng halo-halo tapos kinakain nila yung nasa taas.
ice
So, sabi mo,
lang.
dig deeper.
Deeper. Okay. Right. Got it.
I got you, Sir Renz.
Yes.
Thanks, Chica.
Doc G, may next tayong burning question dito, Doc G.
Hoy,
Si Doc G muna, di pa sumasagot si Doc G eh.
Ito naman yung mga walwalers, ang dami. Ay,
Uy, may sago!
may sago.
Sip-sipin to.
Mix it, baby. Ayan.
May sago.
Kalat! Wait muna. Batiin muna natin si Les. Nandito siya from Cool Pals.
So
Hi,
talagang
Les.
ayaw yung sagutin yung
Ay,
tanong.
Silence from Cool Pals.
Mamaya.
meron pa ako isa.
Ayaw,
Ano?
Ano yung puti na yun? Hindi kasi minsan pag kumakain ka ng halo-halo, hindi mo alam yung mga ingredients.
Yeah,
Eh.
yung ingredient.
Wow.
Ano yung
Ano ba?
puti na yun?
Wow.
Parang creamy.
May isa din ako ulit. Ay, tumalsik.
Sabihin ko pa lang yan.
Ay, sorry. Kasi gusto ko.
Si Doc G nakikigama na lang, no? Ano. Sige, go.
Sa akin,
Go, Rick.
uy, nasa shirt ko na.
Oh my God! Ang wild!
Bakit may shirt?
Nung high school, uy, nasa medyas ko na.
Lala. You guys asked the question.
Kasi galing ako kay makalat, sa inyo galing yung tanong, di ba?
Gabe.
Mabino, ano na yung sagot mo?
Ayun na nga.
I don't
Insecurity.
Yun na.
Inunahan ko eh.
Ay, hindi yun. Kala ko na may iba ka pa.
Ano ko eh. Like, hindi ako ganun.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Iba eh.
Next question naman. Ano tayo ng question pa dito?
Okay.
Sige.
Meron ditong question about wait Kasi may hukayin mo. Ang grabe dito.
Kaya.
Hukayin mo.
Tigas ng saging.
Ayan. From Dominic Dadal, burning question, is there something you want to change in the past?
Serious ulit tayo. Okay.
Seryoso ulit.
Yeah. Actually, I think you'd be lying if you've said you've never regretted anything. But then the counter to that lagi is, but if I didn't make that mistake, I wouldn't be where I am today. Di ba yun yung that's typically the way you say things. But I feel like there's a lot of things that I could have changed in my life that I would still be in the same spot, but probably in a better spot. Maybe even improve where I am in life. So yeah, there's a lot of things that I changed. I forgot the question nawala na I forgot the question but in that vein, there's a lot of things that I regret, but I feel like I would make some changes in my life if I could, whether it be financially, romantically, maybe the friendships that I had when I was younger, if I could maintain some or maybe relinquish some. I think I would. If I could go back in time, I think I would.
How about you, Rika?
Sorry, what's the question?
Ang energy.
Nakalimutan ko na yung question I just went with what was going on my mind.
What
If
was
there's something you
your...
can change
Yeah.
from the past,
Yeah.
What I would like to change?
Yeah.
Okay. Probably how I looked at my body when I was younger. Because, ang dami kasing when you're a girl, especially here in the Philippines, ang daming gustong ibahin sa katawan mo. Probably
Yeah.
also, and there are a lot of things that your family say na dapat mas maputi ka, mas mapayat ka, ganito, ganyan. And for the longest time, I thought my body was the worst. And then looking back now, obviously I grew up and I learned a lot of things. Looking back now na parang, sana you were just happy with, what you look like. You could have had like better relationships with your friends, with your family, with your significant other na hindi ka masyadong insecure. So yeah, I wish I could change like how I looked at my body. Honestly, body dysmorphia was like not cute.
I still have that issue.
Yeah.
I talked about that too. I grew up.
Alam mo, totoo yan.
I was a really obese kid growing up. As in, sobrang taba ako. I was like dangerously obese, and then I lost weight. But I always still feel like, whether if I'm going to the beach, I'm like, do I have to take my shirt off? I don't really want to take my shirt off. Or I'm sure a lot of people who can relate to this, who are maybe chubbier, you always keep pulling your shirt down. You'll always pull your shirt down para mawala yung creases sa tiyan mo. Stuff like that. It is pretty difficult to shake that kind of body image problems.
So,
Sir
di
Renz.
ba,
So, as in by Sir Renz. Hindi, sorry. Hindi kasi, di ba, in a psychological perspective, I mean, normal ba talaga, like, lahat ba talaga, like, mga teenagers or like, yung sa age natin ngayon, dumadaan ba talaga sa ganong,
is it a
sa ganong
phase?
phase? Oo.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
usually kasi, di ba, in teenage years is really the time wherein you're developing your identity. And we're highly influenced by what happens in our society and our peers. So if our peers are really concerned about body image, for example, and especially sa society natin, di ba, our concept of being beautiful or sexy is being thin or, having this skin
Yeah.
tone or being like this. So, and of course you want to fit in. And sometimes you want to fit in or you just want to be called beautiful or sexy. Tapos if your body size or your figure or your skin tone doesn't match that ideal skin tone or body type, that's where it begins. Syempre, part yun ng identity na dinevelop mo. So, the conflict really happens. It usually happens during that age or yung parang teenage years. And then it either parang you grow out of it or you learn, diba? Based on how you mature in your perspectives. While some people, unfortunately, hindi. Parang, it sticks with them talaga.
So, yung you guys, JC and Rika, you've heard of the advocacy for body positivity. And when we talk about that advocacy, partner, ano yung angle nun? Because some people, di ba, they take it into a context na, kasi we have to explain the advocacy of body positivity. We don't actually, hindi naman namin sinasabi na okay lang maging obese. In fact,
yeah.
But pero I think it's more of be proud of your body and as long as you keep that
Praising
healthy
it.
side, yes, and make conscious effort, then kaya yung mga malalaman mo yan pag nagpapapicture ka, yung angle ko, alam mo,
they're very
angle
concerned
simula
about
doon.
those.
Naglalagay ng bag, ganon.
Dahil lang
Honestly,
so,
at this point, I'm just thankful that I'm alive because I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes a year ago. And I was
okay.
super thin. And people actually praised me for being thin. But the thing is, that was the effect of diabetes in my body. Na sobrang pumeta ako to the point na malapit na akong himatayin. As in, my blood sugar was 400 plus. And not healthy.
Wow.
But the thing is, at that point, they were like saying, ganda mo naman, sobrang payat mo na. Pero inside, I felt like I was dying talaga. And now, back my weight because I'm taking my insulin and, I'm eating healthier. It's so weird that people are like, uy, tumataba ka na, ano nangyari sa'yo? Parang stay off the sweets and stuff like that. And I'm like, hell yeah, I'm staying off the sweets. I don't want to.
Okay. So you're taking you're taking insulin shots?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for sharing that. Kasi others talaga stay healthy. Speaking of which, may question ako. Sa atin lahat kasi dito, may question dito eh. It's about insecurities, which we never tackled before. But feel free lang to be comfortable with your answer. What's your number one insecurity? And partner, tatanong ko sa'yo how to address it. Yes, parang moderator.
Support group ba to?
Peer support session pala gagawin natin.
Yes, kasi meron kasi nagtanong, that's from Precious J. Flores. She brought up the term insecurities. If you were to name one, parang instant, shit, insecure ako dito, what would that be?
Mine would be my probably that people think that I'm stupid because especially now that I'm in this industry and I'm in one of the longest running shows on radio. syempre parang medyo maki-question talaga yung mga opinions mo, your thoughts. And for me, I'm just being myself. But because we have the internet now and we have Twitter, people just kind of like feel free to say na parang ang tanga naman ng sinabi mo or like what you said doesn't make sense. And it really made me think about, you know, what, kung ano yung napag-aralan ko or like, are my thoughts even valid? So, ganon. Parang medyo mas na-amplify siya. Which is, I guess it, in one way, medyo okay din siya because it made me, parang strive to be better. I wanna be better at things and I wanna learn more things probably. But at the same time, medyo nahihinder din siya. Nahihinder din yung parang, being just myself on air. And here, on the podcast, on anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my biggest insecurity probably. That's it.
How
Ako
about
naman,
you, JC?
Actually, I mentioned it already earlier, but just to maybe give more about how I feel about it. So it's the body image talaga. Because growing up as a obese, dangerously obese kid, uh, it's kind of difficult to when you're growing up. Actually, it's kind of strange because normally, I mean not normally, but I wasn't really bullied when I was going through school. I had a lot of friends. Uh, I guess maybe because it was my personality. They like my personality, whatever. But I remember that the few times that I would be made fun of, where they say they would call you fat, they'd call you whatever, however they call you, big boy, whatever. I don't know the terms that they use now, but you really keep that association of being fat is ugly. That association, it really sticks in your
Yeah,
head.
that's true.
And even up until now, because right now, I have this love-hate relationship with my body where I fluctuate. It's like a roller coaster. There's a 1 year na I'm in relatively okay shape. The next year, I'm big again. Blah blah blah, and it becomes a numbers game. And I don't know if anyone out there can relate. But my mood is dependent sometimes on the scale, the number I see on the scale. So I'll step on the scale in the morning. I make sure I do everything. Tatay muna ako. I'll take off all my clothes. I'll make sure I didn't drink any water para I get the lowest number
Yeah.
possible. Diba?
Yeah.
Tapos pagtayo mo sa scale, and if you see a number that you like, you feel good. You feel really great about, you go through the day feeling like $1 million, $1 million. But then if you see a number, you work so hard, you ate right, and then you gained a few pounds because of, the body's
Yeah.
always weird like that. You feel like shit. You're like, oh my god, it feels pointless trying to fix my body because I've been
Yeah.
doing everything right,
Mhm.
but it's not working. So it's kind of like that. So it's always been an issue with me. But lately, I feel like during this quarantine, I've lost around 20 something pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of unhealthy weight loss as well.
Mhm.
So I'm kind of understanding the
A lot
balance
of
between.
butter, actually.
Yeah, I'm kind of because I don't exercise anymore. That day I used to exercise, but I haven't exercised really that often. So I think now I kind of realize my relationship with food. I understand it better because I've had to cook for myself. I'm not going out to eat all the time. So I think I'm getting a handle on it, but I still get those yung mga my association with weight is still a big part of how I emotionally react and look at myself. Parang ganun. It's a big
Pero
insecurity.
pero totoo yan. I feel pareho tayo, JC. Tsaka I
Mm.
really hate comments na parang, uy, parang tumaba ka. Parang,
They always.
Yeah.
Rika and I talk about it all the time.
diba?
Oh, yeah.
Parang,
All the
yan
time.
yung mga big no. Partner, how about you? Ah!
Ako ba? Ano?
Yeah.
Ano?
Tayo.
Hindi ako kasi I had this bad case of acne. Tapos I still have it in my back now. So parang like pag nasa beach or nagsiswimming, hindi ko matanggal yung shirt ko kasi I feel insecure about it. Although people like really don't care. Pero knowing that it's there, it makes me a bit iffy na ayokong tanggalin yung shirt ko, parang ganun. Ako yun yung main insecurity ko talaga.
Ako body ko. Para I can relate. I can really super relate kay JC. Although I don't weigh myself. But whenever I do, kasi I need to, talagang may even if hindi talaga naaalis eh. It's really, I don't know. Kasi may follow-up. Ikaw, how about you, Vino? What's your greatest insecurity
Sa akin yung
or biggest?
yung man boobs ko. Hindi
Meron
kasi
ba?
like before, like
Meron ba? Patingin.
since
Parang wala naman kami
nag-uba dito.
nakikita.
Hindi, since college kasi, like nung this year nga to the point na as in every day, nagto 200 push-ups ako just to parang mag-build ng muscle mass and ma-reduce yung fat sa chest area ko na umabot sa point na na-injure ko yung right
Wrist.
na wrist ko na kailangan ko magsuot ng brace sa kamay. Kasi nga, every time na, alam mo yung, kahit na puwapayat ako, people would tell me na, ano ba yun, mas malaki pa yung boobs mo kaysa sa akin, ganyan. So, actually,
Talaga ba?
naka-relate din ako dun kay JC kasi like, before ganun din ako, like every morning, i-wake ko yung sarili ko, then ma-frustrate ako kapag nakikita ko na buibigat ako, ganon. Pero, ayun nga, like, yun nga, lagi kong sinasabi din sa mga nagko-consult sa akin regarding diet and sa food, na minsan bumibigat tayo sa scale because of muscle mass, not really because of like even though na nag-lose ka ng fat mo pero nag-gain ka ng muscle mass. So minsan mas bibigat ka pero ibig sabihin mas healthy ka, 'di ba? Healthier ka. So dun sa mga viewers din natin na nanonood, kung lagi kayo na-frustrate sa nakikita niyo sa scale, hindi lang yan yung basehan kasi minsan yung weight minsan mas nag-gain lang kayo ng muscle kaya mas buibigat kayo. So which is healthier.
Hindi ng mga tao yung injury mo sa right arm, right
Lagi nga nilang tatanong, bakit ka na-injure? Like, kakaan ba yan? Sabi ko, hindi, sa push-ups to.
Di ba mali mo?
Push-ups pala.
Actually nila parang,
Bakit?
If I know. Iba yung pinush.
Iba yung pinush niya. So in line with that, from Samuel Michaels, how do we overcome insecurity, especially regarding body positivity and image, especially when someone told you that you were never good enough physically to date them? So what are your tips, JC, Rika? So that's a burning question from Samuel Michaels.
Probably one of the things that I do, because I've never really, I don't know if I can overcome it, but what I do actually to help myself not feel bad about my body is to surround myself with people with the same mindset. So especially, well, now, medyo you can't do that, in the physical sense, but maybe online. So I follow a lot of people who promote that. Alam mo yun? I follow a lot of people I subscribe to channels na don't actually say that, oh, you will have abs when you do this workout. But I like it when people who have workouts on, let's say, weight loss, they say that actually when you do lose fat, you can't control where you lose fat. So that's just how it is. But this workout will help you. And then I also follow people on Instagram that will say that, this is just my diet, but it doesn't really actually guarantee that it will work on you. So yung mga honest influencers, I guess. So that's who I surround myself with.
How about you, JC? How do you get over, any tips para that you personally practice?
Just if what Samuel's question, if that's related to personal experience, if someone actually told Samuel that they weren't physically good enough to date them, that person's not really worth your time. I just want to share that. It's not really worth your time.
Get out of my life.
But how to overcome insecurity? I as much as I want to say, like, it's easy to say, like, just have a positive mindset. Just don't think of it that way. And I think you should do that. But the greatest way that, at least in my personal experience, is that by actually eating healthy, by working out, you will see results. You will feel better, and you will you will develop, I think, a better. You'll be more secure about yourself if you take care of your body. They say what's the saying? Your body is treated like a temple or something like that.
Yeah.
Your
And
body's
it
a
really,
wonderland.
yeah, very John Mayer.
Pero iba yun ah.
But it really, I mean, it really takes because I know a lot of friends who are in athletes, and if you see what they eat, if you see how they train, it seems almost impossible what they're doing. So to just if you can even get close to, just make your routine healthier, even a little bit, you'll see a lot of results, and I think that's really that will help you a lot when it comes to insecurity, especially regarding body image.
Tama, no?
Mm.
Partner, ikaw, how do you deal with...
Sige.
Go ahead, Bino. Go ahead.
Di may follow-up kasi si Samuel. Sabi niya, I actually lost about 100 pounds
Mm.
just to be good enough. I attended the gym and I am in my happiest state right now.
Parang
Thank
ginawa
you,
niya
guys.
motivation.
Actually, Samuel, if you can hear me, I actually a lot of my weight loss in the past was because of a breakup. Not the girl didn't say that I didn't look good, but after you break up, you're like, I want to look good for
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a new person. So yeah, that's the same thing too. I feel like it's good to use it as motivation as well.
Yeah, and partner, ikaw, what do you usually tell your pag may lumalapit sa'yo, I'm insecure about this, and we're not talking about body image lang. A lot of relationships, yung away nila stems from insecure sa
Insecurity.
ex. Diba? Parang meron
Mhm.
comparison sa ex. So, how can we actually move beyond that?
Yung usual natin sinasabi, it should always start with yourself. So always remember what's good about you, and then don't compare yourself with others. Parang the only person you can compare to is really your past self. So if we
Yeah.
go back then sa body, diba? I've also had that experience wherein after a breakup, talagang sabi ko, papagandahin yung katawan ko kasi parang yun yan, like what Rika said kanina, parang so they know what they're missing, parang ganun. But
Maglaway
I think
ka.
that's okay. No, that's okay. Pero remember that you should be doing that for yourself and not for anyone else. Parang
Yes.
if you're insecure about your body, it's okay to like have a better body which you think is good for you, pero not because that's what other people are telling you. Parang again, just do it for yourself and not for other people.
And
Yeah,
wait
ako
lang,
rin.
ang nakakainis din, like halimbawa yung iba, sasabihin ayaw ka nilang i-date because like obese ka, ganyan, or nasa heavier side ka, ganyan.
Totoo yan.
Tapos pag pumayat ka na, biglang magpaparamdam na, hi,
Oo.
kumusta, ganyan. Ano ka ngayon? Di mo, like,
Or-
dati ayaw mo sa akin, tapos ngayon, gaganyan-ganyan ka.
I
Mabalik
actually
ka.
had a cousin. Sorry, go ahead, Doki.
Or meron akong kilala at sinabihan talaga in front of my face. Alam mo, kung pumayat ka, liligawan kita. As in my face. Parang,
Sasagutin ba kita?
hindi
Yeah.
talaga. As in my face, sinabi niya dun sa girl na, pumayat ka lang, liligawan kita. Parang, talaga ba? So,
Parang ako yun,
Yeah.
kahit pumayat
Alam
ako,
mo-
hindi kita sasagutin.
Diba?
Ako yun, sasabihan ko siya na, alam mo, kung maganda ugali mo, siguro mas malapit. Kasi,
Gusto ko yun. Gusto ko sagot mo na yun.
Alam mo kung maganda yung ugali mo, pwede. Kasi, grabe, that's really, sabi na, wait.
Yes. Di sige, from insecurity, doon naman tayo sa more on sa positive na na aspect. So may burning question dito from Petri Eiler. Sabi niya, #burning question, which part of your body you think is your best asset? Sa best asset naman tayo.
sige, ikaw muna, JC.
I like my face. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I like my face. So, but if we're talking about a body part, I like my arms. I think I have actually because you know how your when you gain fat, it accumulates sometimes in different places depending on your body. I don't get a lot of fat on my arms, so I think my arms are pretty. When I was working out, I was pretty proud of my arms. So that was my favorite part of my body before.
How about you, Rika?
For me, my shoulders, because a lot of people say that I look manly because of my shoulders. I have like really what do you call
Broad
this?
shoulders.
Broad shoulders.
Swimmer
Tapos alam mo,
shoulders.
parang pang-asar lang na parang, ito yung favorite body part ko. Actually, it's my favorite body part. So, wala lang. Yun.
That's
Yeah, it's
true.
actually really my favorite body part.
Ako napaisip ako doon.
Doc G.
Parang, di ko alam. Di ko alam eh. Parang, sige, kayo muna.
Sir Renz.
Ovino.
Nagpasahan. Yung siguro yung eyes ko, like most people kasi sabi nila is parang nangungusap lagi yung mata ko kahit wala akong sinasabi. Wow.
Ikaw ba yung nagsabi?
And
Ikaw ba yung nagsabi ng are you lost?
Ayun.
Ano? Hindi, yung
Ikaw yun?
kanina. Yung kanina. Si Sir Renz yun.
Okay.
saan yan galing lang?
Okay, so,
Ako naman sa akin
go.
nose.
Hmm.
Just like my nose. Ikaw, partner.
Hindi ko nga alam eh. Siguro yung smile ko.
Yes!
Yes.
You're
I love it. I love it.
Maganda kasi, Doc G. Maganda.
Siguro yung
Yes.
dimple.
Yeah.
Pinilit yung dimples.
Wala naman yun.
So, anyway, I think we really covered a lot about body insecurities, lahat. Kasi that's a pressing concern, lalo na ngayon. Meron lumalabas na tumaba sila because of quarantine.
Quarantine.
So, these are actual issues na nare-receive namin na nag-break because of So anyway, what is, ano yung key takeaways gusto nyong sabihin sa mga viewers ng Walwal Sesh and Halo Halo Show, JC and Vika? Especially now, we're dealing with tough times and we all know that we have a tough society too. So, how to stay sane?
How to stay sane.
Yes, how to stay sane sa isang society na wild.
I would say maybe stay or limit social media use. I think social media is great, but there's a lot of stuff out there that's just, it bogs you down. There's a lot of negativity in the world. So either you can filter it out or just scroll past, or you can just scroll past it. Maybe learn how to scroll past things. Or try not to answer. There's a lot of trolls that are, don't reply to the trolls. Just let them be. If they don't have a face, they don't matter. I mean, they're not.
They have their first name and a bunch of random numbers after that as their Twitter handle. Just don't.
0 followers created in July of 2020. They don't matter at all. So don't worry about those voiceless people. They're voiceless. They don't matter, in my opinion.
How about you, Rika?
For me, because I have to be honest, I really can't get off social media nowadays. I know a lot of people are like, you know what, you have to do a social media detox, but I can't. Shout out to everyone who can.
It's hard, dude. It's hard.
But because for me,
hard relate.
yeah, social media is my escape. So I stand by my belief. My belief na parang you kind of have to surround yourself, and you have to surround yourself with influencers and people on social media that have great, messages in advocacies in their channel or in their Instagram page, because that's the only way for you to feel like, it's actually worth living. This life is worth living. Yeah.
Ganda. Yeah. I agree.
There are a bunch of people who actually have great messages in their content, in their videos.
That's true.
Yeah.
Vino?
Lahat ba tayo?
Akala ko silang dalawa lang.
Kala ko silang
Di ba
dalawa lang.
nag-prepare?
Hindi, pero sa akin, agree din ako doon kay Rika.
May yung message natin. Kasi we all know what happened. And of course, madaming disillusion. And it's real. So what can we say as parang motivation at a time like at a time like this?
Sa akin siguro surround yourself na dapat may strong kang na support system. Na parang yung support system mo na pwede kang mag-rant or like mag-share ng mga ideas mo na same din yung belief sa'yo. Kasi minsan 'di ba sa sobrang daming negative na nangyayari sa ating bansa, at least kung alam mo na may mga kasama ka, alam mo na may mga nagsusupport sa'yo, nag-uplift sa'yo, then mas mamomotivate ka na alam mo na hindi lang ikaw yung nasa face na ganyan.
Yeah, that's true. How about you, partner?
Ako, I'll go along the lines of what Vino, JC, and Rika said na important din siguro na if the person you're following on social media is just making you feel worse about yourself, maybe it's high time to unfollow them na or rethink the people you're following. Like yun nga, sabi ni Rika, di ba? Choose people to follow na yung positive naman yung binibigay sa'yo. So kung yung pina-follow mo, pinapalala lang yung nafe-feel mo, edi unfollow na rin, di ba? Yun yung
Unfollow na
sa akin.
kita, Sir Renz.
Grabe ka. Unfollow na rin kita.
Ako naman, my main take.
Honestly, more than being positive, actually we need more real people.
Yes.
Yung
Yeah.
diba? Na parang we get it. People actually gain weight during the quarantine. So what? It's fine. You can always lose it.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Exactly. So I think importante yung real people, they're very rare now. And ako, time to set those boundaries. Kasi may iba kasi na siya parang sobra na. So yesterday was an eye-opener for me personally. I unfriended I unfollowed a lot of people. Because they're
Same.
Wow, bago yan.
Hindi, totoo lang. Parang it
Kaya pala
wasn't
di mo na ako pina-follow.
it wasn't something that I was doing before. Pero parang yesterday talaga sabi ko, that's true, no? I think there's a fine line between motivation and, setting boundaries also. So, again, ayun, take it one day at a time, I guess. So, with that, thank you, JC, Rika, for joining us.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you, Jason Riga, for
Yeah.
Sobrang
Please
ganda
don't forget.
ng discussions natin, di ba? I mean, for us to even talk about body positivity, I didn't even expect that we'll go there, but I think a lot of the Walwalers learned a lot from that discussion. And
And
Rika, my brother, says hi.
Hi.
Oh yeah, and don't forget their podcast, The Halo Halo Show. It's on Spotify and Apple. And again, thank you guys. We appreciate your presence tonight.
Kahit
Thank
nahirapan
you.
kayo sa mga
Thank you.
tanong.
Yeah.
What is
Walwalers,
love?
Walwalers, pakinggan nyo din yung Halo Halo show nila. It's also
Yes.
available on all major podcast platforms.
And shout out to Podcast Network Asia.
Yes.
Yes.
Shut
The
up.
best.
Yay.
Huwag
The best
natin
PNG.
kalimutan, hustle, share.
Oo.
Yes.
Yes,
Yung-
Hustle Share by Ron.
Pinaka-importante
Pakinggan
yun.
nyo. Unahin nyo yun.
Ako muna. So again, thanks for joining us. Again, to our Walwalers, thanks for joining us at sa isang Saturday evening ulit. We hope to see you guys again next Saturday at 8 p.m. Thank you rin sa mga pinadala ng Cool Pals. And sabi nga ni Peter Dumanig, he's always listening, he's always watching and listening to our podcast. Let your mistakes be your motivation, not your excuses. Decide right now that negative experiences from your past won't predict your future. So,
Boom.
Gusto ko
Mic
i-tweet
drop.
yun.
Mic
I-tweet
drop.
ko yun.
my
I-tweet
God.
ko yan.
With that, thank you guys and stay safe.
Thank you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a nice weekend.
Thank you, JC, Rika.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are we still live?
Yeah, we're live.